In 1994, MTV teamed up with Viacom New Media and released several legendary Beavis and Butt-Head console video games for the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, and Game Gear. They also put out a series of Beavis and Butt-Head PC software releases that seemed perfectly timed with the mid-90s computer revolution and the growing trend towards younger computer users entering the market.
Not only do they play the typical computer games that all the kids enjoy, but their curiosity for learning has skyrocketed.
You see, the mid-1990s brought along the release of Microsoft Windows 95, and owning a computer suddenly became easier and more popular than ever before. Parents all across America threw down thousands of dollars to purchase expensive computer systems for their family, with the well-intended purpose of providing fun and educational software to their kids. Owning a computer was now cool and trendy for the first time ever among younger people, but little did they know, their kids had other plans for those computers.
And the next thing you'll type will be specific, directing you to a particular website, like MTV.
Tech-savvy American preteens and teenagers were now getting in on the computer revolution themselves, and began defacing their family computer with their own favorite games and other pieces of software. MTV was the official teenage counterculture media giant of the 90s, and they were in the perfect position to tap into this new growing demographic of young computer software consumers now getting their hands on computers for the first time. They took notice of this quickly shifting software market trend towards younger people and had the genius idea of grabbing their hugely popular Beavis and Butt-Head franchise and putting out a series of themed computer software releases. These releases seemed to be aimed squarely at the younger generation of little punk computer users who had access to their parents' money. MTV once again teamed up with their media giant parent company known as Viacom at the time, who had recently began trying to break into the emerging world of digital media with a newly created subdivision called Viacom New Media. Viacom New Media developed several software titles for MTV with the hope of repeating the recent success of the Beavis and Butt-Head themed console games. The software releases included the extremely popular and critically acclaimed Beavis and Butt-Head in Virtual Stupidity PC game that was released in 1995, which is actually a really good game by the way, and one of my all-time favorite retro Windows games growing up. In my opinion, Virtual Stupidity is the best Beavis and Butt-Head video game ever made. Another lesser-known series of 90s-era Beavis and Butt-Head software releases were also put out by MTV and Viacom New Media under the label of MTV Cheap Clicks. This particular series of software doesn't seem to be very well known, but from my own research it appears that all of the MTV Cheap Clicks releases were Beavis and Butt-Head themed software CD-ROM titles. Some of these titles, such as Wiener Takes All, were PC games, and others, like the one I'm about to show you today, were pointless Windows-based utilities designed to just waste time, annoy your parents, and deface your family computer with Beavis and Butt-Head paraphernalia. The MTV Cheap Clicks series of software consisted of 4 CD-ROM releases for the PC that came out in 1996 and 1997. Here are those 4 titles. Beavis and Butt-Head in Calling All Dorks, released in 1996 for Windows. Beavis and Butt-Head in Little Thingies, released in 1996 for Windows. Beavis and Butt-Head in Wiener Takes All, released in 1996 for Windows and Mac. Beavis and Butt-Head in Screen Wreckers, released in 1997 for Windows. I will be posting more videos soon covering some of the other titles in the MTV Cheap Clicks series, so be sure to stay in the loop on my future stuff by hitting the subscribe button and enabling notifications. But today we'll be taking a closer look at the MTV Cheap Clicks release known as Calling All Dorks, which is a self-described entertainment utility, whatever the heck that is. The release of Windows 95 brought along the subsequent introduction of the Microsoft Plus Pack, which included something that changed the computer world forever called Windows Desktop Themes. Windows Desktop Themes were a collection of customized wallpapers, color schemes, icons, cursors, screensavers, sounds, and other items that could instantly turn your computer into a fully personalized nightmare. Desktop themes quickly became a full-blown addiction for 90s-era computer users, constantly on the lookout for new ways to personalize their computer for better or for worse. And unfortunately, it was usually for the worse. MTV caught on to the new personalization trend brought along by the Windows 95 Plus pack and decided to cash in themselves by putting together 8 Beavis and Butt-Head desktop themes, throwing them onto a CD-ROM disc with a few other small items, and naming it Beavis and Butt-Head in Calling All Dorks, which was released in 1996. As a side note, the phrasing of the titles used for these releases is the same format as the Beavis and Butt-Head cartoon title screens. It's clear that they wanted to keep a heavy emphasis on linking the show to the software, which I think is a pretty cool attention to detail. I remember being a punk teenager myself in the mid-1990s, and as a big fan of Beavis and Butt-Head, I thought this was the coolest thing ever at the time and just had to have it. Nowadays I think it's pretty dumb, but that's just how these things go. Others were not so welcoming of this kind of pointless software from MTV that did nothing but waste time and money. For example, just take a look at this hilarious review from something called PC Zone back in 2001. And by the way, Calling All Dorks can be downloaded for free nowadays from archive.org, which I will link to in the description below for those of you out there with way too much time on your hands. Anyways, now that you know what this ridiculous piece of software is, let's get it installed and take a closer look. Today I'll be installing this onto my Sony Vaio Pentium 2 desktop, which is running Windows 98.
The almighty Bongolio!
This machine does have the Microsoft Plus pack installed, so the software detected it and is offering to install the themes. However, the themes are already installed, so we'll just go with the no option. And I'll also check this box to install the animations on the disk locally so I can run them from my hard drive. Alright, so now that the install has finished, it's going to automatically apply the first Beavis and Butt-Head Windows theme. You access the features of the software through the makeover utility that you see here, and you can go through and choose whichever theme that you want to apply. They call them a personality, but really it's just a Windows theme. This tab shows you all of the customized icons for each theme. This tab shows you the mouse pointers. And this tab right here will show you all of the sounds, and it allows you to go through and preview them.
Although I did do some experimenting in my day. Get off my case, hippie! It's Mr. Van Driessen. Time to get back to the real world.
The Toys tab includes all of the time-wasting utilities, such as Fun Facts, which I'm demonstrating here. The next pointless utility works kind of like a magic 8-ball where you just ask a question, click the button, and it gives you a random answer.
No thank you, sir. Drive through. No, dillweed. It says Beavis is a dumbass.
The first puzzle game is called Concentration. It's a super simple game where you just have to match up each square, and when you find the matches, the squares will disappear and reveal the picture behind it. The second puzzle game is a lot more complicated. It's called Beats Me, and the way it works is you just have to shift around the blocks until you can decipher the puzzle. But for the sake of time constraints, I'm not even going to try to solve this one. The next utility is a talking clock. You can set the personality to be either Beavis or Butthead. Right-click on it, and it's supposed to tell you the time, although it doesn't really do that.
It's like, some, minutes.
Here we can change it over to Beavis.
It's, and like, some of those, minutes, I don't know.
They also have an option to set audio events that can go off at certain times. I'm pretty sure it's just there to annoy the hell out of other people who may be using your computer. On this tab, you can view and you can change the customized startup and shutdown screens that the themes will install on your machine. Here you can see that you can just check them, and with another button you can change them. There doesn't seem to be any screensavers installed, so I'm not really sure why they have this here. It doesn't really do anything at all. And the last feature on this tab will allow you to choose different animations that you can play that are included on the disc. These are actually some pretty cool high quality AVIs of the cartoon. You can set them to play randomly on the desktop, or you can just play them on demand.
With a reservoir tip. Ribbed. For her pleasure. Yeah, I could use some of those, yeah.
Tell you what, why don't we go to another house, okay? Yeah, this isn't a good one. I'll assume the lotus position. There. Okay. Now. Ah! Ah! My neck! Oh my God! Somebody call an ambulance!
And that's pretty much it as far as the extra stuff. The rest of this software is really just the Beavis and Butt-Head Windows themes. So for the remainder of the video, I'm going to show you those themes, and at the very end of the video, I will have a compilation of some of the Beavis and Butt-Head artwork that they include on the disc.
Check it out. It's our butt prints. What happened to the TV?
I think it turned into one of those movie screen things or something. I'd shut this crap off, but the knob is broken. A man's home is his castle.
Yeah, and we can watch TV and take a dump there, too. Plop.
Go for it, Beavis.
Fart knocker. I don't think he's gonna pay us, Butthead. I wonder what this stuff tastes like. Cool, Butthead, you broke it.
You're out of here, boys.
Burger World's open.
Yeah, we're open. Come on in. Nacho! Fart knocker. Ooh, baby.
If I was that dude, I'd be dreaming of boobs.
How about ditching these losers and, coming over to my place or something?
Watch the master, Beavis.
Master Beavis.
Watch the master, Beavis.
She wants me. He likes us. We're gonna be in his gang pretty soon.
Check this out. There's a riot going on or something.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking to bust out of here. Peekaboo.
Turn to your left, turn to your right, face forward.
And one more shot of the captain.
Hey, man. Don't do that.
Whoa, Todd.
I didn't know it did that. I bet I can slam. Every dumbass with a mic thinks he can rock.
Sorry, dude. The unit's broken.
Here I sit, same as ever. Took a dump, pulled the lever. The toilet clogged, the water flowed. Look out, world, it's a mother load. Here I sit, same as ever. Took a dump, pulled the lever. The toilet clogged, the water flowed. Look out, world, it's a mother load.
I said, hello, Houston, are you ready to rock? Testes? Testes?
I didn't know it did that. If I had like one eye, I'd probably enjoy books twice as much or something.
Get me out of here!
Highland High, preparing the next generation for tomorrow.
Highland High sucks.
Highland High School.
Sucks.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America
and to the republican for which in my hands
with puberty And nachos. Nachos for all.
Public. Chalk sucks.
Yeah, really. It tastes terrible.
Sure, dude. I meant to do that.
Although I did do some experimenting in my day.
Get off my case, hippie. It's Mr. Van Driessen.
Time to get back to the real world.
Get a job, hippie.
Stop or I'll kick your ass.
I come here to bring your people teepee. My bunghole, it speaks loud. Deep in the almighty bunghole lies the great Olio. You can take me, but you will never take my bunghole. For I am the great Cornholio. I have no bunghole. My people, we have but one bunghole. The almighty Bungholio! Bungholio! The almighty Bungholio! Bunghole! Bungholio! No, I don't want to settle down. What is this?
Just wait, something cool's gonna happen.